All right, welcome to the weekly meeting, 1028. All right, so last month, September 30th, we put out a video talking about the move for GN. We even mentioned like GA, but specifically, we talked about GN. I don't want to share this one. Hold on. All right. All right, if you guys remember in that video last month, we started with this bearish order block. We called for a move to go about 600 pips. We didn't quite get 600 pips, but yeah, you got 500 pips, right? A dollar a pip gave you $500, $2 a pip gave you 1,000. You do the math, so on and so forth. We go down to the 4-hour chart. You know, the scary thing, the scary good thing, or just scary thing is we were in this area, right? On the 30th, let's see where the 30th is. Friday, September 29th. So we were down here somewhere, right? Okay, so this is the first candle that the market opened. In that video, we had talked about pushing up, breaking this high, pulling back, letting you in a trade, pushing up, breaking this high, pulling back, letting you in a trade. In that video, we talked about you needing to see the high broken and the pullback to let you in a trade. Whether you would have taken this position or this position, there are two excellent positions, right? And neither one would have gotten you stopped off, because if you had taken this position, your stop loss would have been below this low. If you had taken this position, again, your stop loss would have been beneath that low, and you would have been off and running. If you had taken this position, it's nothing wrong with you taking profit once you saw we were pulling back. So you could have, this is a 300 pip move from this low to this high, 300 pips. You've gotten in there, 279 pips to the top, and of course to the pullback. So let's just call it 250 or 200, right? You could have rode it back down or let it go back down, however you choose. You know, I don't know your trading style. So that basically took 3 days, that move, right? Because there's the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days. And then it pulled back. So that first week, the first week ended here. Even if you had bought it up, you could have left with your profit, you know, however much this candle was. This would have been your entry. Let's say you would have caught 125 pips and at $1 a pip. Now your account is $125 stronger. It pulls back. And then Tuesday after our meeting, we get in for the real move. And, you know, you already know the rest.
Hey.
That real move was 643 pips. Bruh.
Light work. Light work.
Bruh. I don't think we could have called it any cleaner, right? Any more cleanly than that. I don't think you could see it any better. If you listen to that video, we discussed everything.
Everything.
Everything. We discussed the push-up. We discussed the pullback. We called chalk, the whole nine. If you missed the entire 300 pip push up and pull back, you still caught 600 pips. Bruh, you can't make it up. So let's just say you would have believed the hype and you would have caught 643 pips. Then you get the chalk going down. We talked about what chalk level you need to see, right? Whether you're a 4-hour person, we broke this low, we broke this low, we equal load here, we pulled back 78%. If you fib from here to here, pull back 78%, lets you in the trade. We push down again, we left an imbalance, we're right there in the imbalance. Get in the trade and collect your coin. Right, we're going to push down. This is the zone. This is the zone for breaking these lows. There's an imbalance right here. This is the 6-month zone that we're pursuing, right? So you really could take the trade all the way down here. I'm just trying to give you target areas, right? 50% of this imbalance. I'm giving you target areas where you can pocket your little change, right? So if you get in this trade, right, and you protect this high, this trade should be good, right? So we're not just jumping in. We want to make sure that it turns around. On the lower time frames, you want to get a chalk, push down, and pull back. You know, you can hop in this trade if you watch it on the 15-minute, right? And then it'll push down. We've gotten everything that we needed to get. From this high, we got the push down, we broke these lows. We got the pullback, 78%. We got in the trade. All right, we pushed down, we didn't break the low, but we didn't break the high. So as long as we don't break this high and it turns around again, if it gives you another lower high, you know, you pull the trigger. You don't have to close the trade. You're going to be green.
And living the trade, this is what we mean by living the trade, right? For people to say that they don't remember what happened, you're not paying attention, right? What's bad about it is that we continually have these conversations. So you're supposed to be remembering what we're talking about. What is the importance of doing the meetings if you don't believe it? So, and that's why I always say by this time next year, because if we keep showing it to you and the people in the back start talking, right? Because if you don't talk, it's not coming out of you, right? That's like having Todd mark up the chart and talk to a person. That's why he always has the person pull up the chart. It's the same thing with the communication. If you're not voicing this stuff, that means you don't see it. And you should see it. Because if you see it, then you're on the side of the people who do see it, so that these meetings become more important. We're looking for the next thing as a group. It's showing us everything. Yeah, and it's going to get to the point where everybody's catching the move because they know it's right, right? Even when it's wrong, you play it as if it's right because it's a grade A setup. Cover the high, cover the low. That's it. That's all. Let it run.
And I dropped this meeting in the chat. So if you didn't see it, just go and look, because just see what we talked about, right? Because to me, the importance of watching this video is that we talk about things that we talked about at the end of June. And if you remember, the end of June was the close of the 6-month candle. You know, I remember talking to Alicia about trading the 6-month candle, how she didn't trade the candle. And my response at that time was, hey, you don't have to trade the candle, but you can use it as a reference point for market direction. And I'm going to hit this one more time in case you didn't catch it last month. This 6-month candle, in my opinion, the beautiful thing about this 6-month candle, this candle ended in June, right? The end of June, this candle closed. Now, I'm going to pull up the weekly chart so we can look at the candle. The end of June is right here. This candle is the end of June. The next candle, the July candle, goes down, breaks this low, then it blows up. So even if you lost the trade trying to trade it, right? Even if you lost the trade, if you took a sell and then it went against you, you lose the trade, no harm, no foul. We're going to lose a trade every now and then. The market pushes straight up. So you could have forgotten about this move the entire time. Then all of a sudden it's going to show right here when it gives you this bearish order block. Somebody, Selena or one of her friends, posted, hey, you know, GN has a weekly order block, a tied weekly order block, whatever you wanted to call it. And this was September 11th, the week of September 11th. So you get back on the chart and bam, you pull up the 6-month chart and be like, hey man, this thing was supposed to sell. Hey, we can take this sell, right? It'll push up to our area, which it never did, and then it'll sell down. So we could have taken this sell. You could have gotten involved in this sell all the way down to this level, which is 600 pips. September, 600 pips. October, 600 pips. November is going to be more than 600 pips because we're expecting a bearish order block, right? We're expecting this monthly candle to be longer than this monthly candle. I'm just anticipating that we touch the moving average, right? That's why I stopped the trade right here. But that's 727 pips. Even if we miss it by 100 pips, that's another 600 pips. So if you had caught the first move, right, for 600 pips at $1 a pip, let's just be super conservative. You have a $600 account. The next move, maybe you catch it for $4 a pip, right? And it goes 600 pips. 6 times 4 is 24. So that's $3,000. Now you got a $3,000 account. You're trying to catch these 727. If you catch 700 of these 727, and you got a $3,000 account, hopefully you're trading at $30. You're trading a standard at this point. If you catch, if you catch 700 pips at with 3 standards on a $3,000 account, 30 times 700 is 7,000 times 3. I just let that sink in for you on a move that's going to happen.
The part that gets me is when people say, I don't trade like that. Like what?
Exactly.
This is the basics. What are you talking about?
We talking about
we have to clear that up because exactly. I don't know what you're talking about.
And this is one entry, right? We're not talking about multiple entries. We're talking about one. So do with the information what you have to do. I'm just here to give you, you know, my 2 cents and tell you how you can be successful. One entry, right? 1 month. This trade lasted a month, which means you could have went, you know, every excuse that I always hear about, you know, you going to work or, you know, you got your kids, you know, your mother-in-law, you had vacation. None of these trades require you to be present. They all did exactly what they did without any of us. One entry on the way down. 2 entries on the way down. That's a good Thanksgiving. And it sets you up for a great Christmas retrace. Huh?
Hey.
But hey, you guys will trade however you trade, and more power to you. Hopefully you're finding great success. All I'm saying is we have a target. 6-month golden zone. 6 month 78 targets. You could just collect a little loot, you know, collect a little money on the way down, right? I'm expecting the pullback, right? I mean, the sell down for the month of November. Maybe it stops here. Maybe it goes all the way down here. I don't know. You know, we don't know. I'm just a willing participant, right? Hey. I'm watching just like you. If it sells way down here, then we made a lot more money. You know, the turkey's a little bit bigger on Thanksgiving. The only thing is your management of your entry. Now, I want to talk about this a little bit because some people are getting to a point where they can actually follow the trade. And you might not know, or you might not understand what I mean when I say extra entries. So if you're managing your trade on the 4 hour, and maybe this is too much. Maybe you want to manage your trade on the daily, right? Maybe you only enter when you get a pullback like this on the daily, and you enter right here. Then the trade goes up and it pulls back. Maybe you would have entered right here. And then it goes up here and it's short. You say, oh man, we're at the top. I don't want to enter. So then you close your position out. You still made money from here to here. But maybe you only had 1, 2 entries, maybe the third one, you still made a lot of money. So now you're managing it on the way down. Or maybe you want to manage it on the 8 hour. And you're only adding positions when this pullback. Ooh, I enter here, my second position, my third position, my fourth position, and the trade finishes. However you want to do it, it's available to you. That's trade management. And now you're going to do the same thing on the way down. Maybe you want to do it on the 4 hour. Maybe you want to do it on the 1 hour because you're super greedy. But what I'm telling you is, the higher the time frame you manage it on, the less risk that you run of this position getting a pullback big enough to go in drawdown. Amen. So if you are a novice, a beginner, manage it on a higher time frame, bro. 8 hours. You got nothing to do. All these candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 9th candle. 9 times 8. I can't do the math. But listen, you got a lot of hours before you even have to add. And this is a 1,700 pullback. You got to come to the meeting anyway. This is a Sunday, this is Sunday when the market opens. So you could have traded from Tuesday, you got one position, and then the next week, Sunday, you add another position. Then you don't add another position until Tuesday at 1,700 after we get off the call. Bro, y'all, I mean, this right here is a beautiful thing.
You ain't got to be on the sidelines, man. These are the basics. Yeah. All those other little strategies and stuff, this is even easier than that. But you have to get this part down. If you can get this part down, any strategy you look at is going to make sense because they all work. But you need the basics. Stop trying to make rocket science out of it. We're telling you everything. It's not like you even need a video anymore. We're telling you everything that every video tells you. Then better, because you don't have to go listen. You have the live people in your face giving you what healthy price action is supposed to look like.
So guys, first we talked about we don't speak chart. First, you had to learn how to speak the language of the chart. Now, pretty much everybody in here, with the exception of a few, can speak the language. You can see, you understand what a bearish order block is. You understand what a bullish order block is. You understand what this double bottom means, this higher low. We understand that. We understand what that break of structure and the pullback means. Most of us can speak chart. So you can see the move. Now you just need to learn how to execute the move, right? It's nothing wrong. If you messed up this trade going up, that's cool. It's going to happen. You're going to mess up trades. But now we have an opportunity to trade it back down. Let's be better this time. Okay. I remember the trade was pretty clear when we watched it in reverse, right? Just like this trade pushed down and pulled back, right? You see this bullish order block, it might go all the way back up here. What I'm telling you is, once you get in this trade, you can protect these highs or whatever. Once you get in the trade, you don't have to mess with it until it pulls back to the moving average, if you have your moving averages. Well, Todd, I don't trade with moving averages. Maybe you ought to try. Maybe you should try it. to help you. And I got it, man. This might not be for everyone. Maybe you have a successful strategy, but if you don't, this might be for you. And it might be as simple as, Wayne, hey, that price hit the moving average. Maybe you enter this trade, you go into a little drawdown. Don't panic. We know we know it's going up. You're in drawdown on this second position, but you're way in the blue on this position. So that drawdown is not hurting you. Then all of a sudden you get these 3 candles, and now you're super happy because you're in the blue in this position, you're in the blue in this position. And if you do it properly, you're not drawing down on any of these entries until you cash out at the top. Then you take what you made and you get in your sell position and you off to the races. Boom, add, boom, pull back, add, woo. Just an example. This is how I would suggest that you manage your trade. It's harder to do this on the 4-hour, right? It's not hard. It's not overly hard, but it's harder because you might add here, then it pulls back right here close to your entry. And now you're nervous. Well, it's a double top, man. I got to get out the trade. Then you get out and it goes without you. Because you don't understand that this pullback is just a pullback on the higher time frame, maybe an 8-hour, maybe a daily, right? So you weren't anticipating that it was going to pull back this far. Maybe you entered up here and you got this next 4-hour candle. You're like, oh man, I don't trust it. Todd was lying. So you get out the trade and then boom, the trade explodes. Manage
Right.
it
And reiterate the fact that you had to go to the 8-hour to see that. You were on the 4-hour, so you saw the wick down. You wouldn't have saw that on the 8-hour.
Exactly.
See, you have to flip your Rolodex. We can't tell you to flip the Rolodex. We're busy making money. We're telling you what you're supposed to do so we can go do what we're doing.
And if you manage it on the higher time frame, it's going to be less noise. Oh, but Todd, I'm not going to make as much money. You ain't making no money anyway. Bruh, just do it on the higher time frame. Make it easier. Once you start making that money, then you're going to say, you know what? I don't even need to make that much money.
Hey,
I like my freedom. And we can see these moves. We're taking a 1-month trade and letting it work. You know, and in some ways, I hate I'm even sharing this because it make them competition accounts easy. But this is all that we have to do. And you're gonna mess
it's for
up.
the people, though. It's for the people.
It is.
Right? Blow them. That's what the comps are for. Get in there and show people you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I just don't.
Kudos to the
I just
winners.
don't want to get beat by Rosebud. I get in there and see 10 people from this group ahead of me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
like,
100.
Yeah.
We all need to be in there. We
Yeah.
take the whole top 100 places. Hey.
So all I'm telling y'all is whatever you're trading, right? You might say, you know what, I ain't trading G, I'm trading GA, or I'm trading EN. It's the same concept, right? It's the same concept. It's just a different trade. And you know, oil, gold, you know, I personally wouldn't trade gold, you know, this same way because of the world environment that we're in. So gold, yeah, I guess if you're on the 8-hour, it wouldn't be bad, but I'm not touching gold until it touches these lines, right? So maybe right here, right here, right here, it didn't touch, but you know, maybe I would have got greedy, but you don't have to get greedy if you just trade the lines. Now it pushes through and now it's on the line. So as it pushes up, maybe you would have chose to enter along this line somewhere. And then you get this explosive diarrhea that goes up to the top. But you can manage your trades this very way. Now, because of the world situation, I don't know if we're going to get a pullback to this imbalance. I would love to see it, but I don't know if we'll get the pullback. But if you throw the fib on this joker, if you throw the fib, then this, I mean, you can eyeball it and see that this is the area that we need to pull back to on gold. If we do get this pullback, maybe you can sell it down, or maybe you just buy, stop it, or, buy limit it in this area and take the push up. However you decide to do it, these are the opportunities, oportunidad, that are present and available for us to trade this freaking month, man. Bruh. And this bullish order block, you already know it's going to take us past that 2,000 mark. I don't care. We're going past 2K this month, this coming month. If we pull down and it takes a whole month, I understand it, but we're going past 2K with this next impulse move. So we have a million different opportunities. Maybe you're not interested in GN. Maybe you're interested in trading gold. Maybe you're not interested in that. Maybe you're interested in trading oil. Whatever it is that you're trading, I would suggest that you have a visual, right? Like, you understand this oil is on top. This month it pulled back. As long as we don't close below this bottom, then this is just a good pullback. It looks like we wicked the lows. I would expect oil to go ahead and push up, especially with the developments that are going on in that region. Whatever your guys are trading, I know that the monthly candle doesn't close until Monday, but these are the opportunities that could change our lives. Then you can take your little profits on Thanksgiving, and you can buy you a little coin, a little Shiba coin, a little, whatever kind of coins that y'all want to buy, ETH, because the crypto is going to explode here in the next year and change, right? 2025, your life might be totally different, right? You could
be.
Well, yeah, if you do the right thing, because if my brother hadn't took the 500 and turned it into, I don't know, 120K on Dogecoin, I would have never believed anybody. I saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
$500 turned into 115K on Dogecoin. And I mean, that's just Dogecoin. It's not counting the Bitcoin that he mismanaged. Well, I say that, and I'm not poking fun at my brother, but it's just like trading, right? You don't know until you know.
Right.
He had 2 whole Bitcoins, and he had bought it like low. Like he's always been better with money than me, right? I would rather go to Vegas. And in fact, I was in Vegas a bunch, like almost every other week, but he was buying Bitcoin or whatever. He had 2 whole Bitcoins, and it went up to 17K and it pulled back. And he said he got pissed off and sold one. And then Bitcoin went to 60 racks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. You don't know, like it had never been at 60K before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you don't know until you know. And now he wish he would have kept them Bitcoins. We wish he'd have bought more Bitcoin. I wish I'd have bought some, because all of us made more money. We all made enough money. Bitcoin was like at $2,000 or $3,000 forever. Just think if we had just dollar cost average in there, and once Bitcoin goes to 400,000, and you talking to your kids, they're gonna look at you like they'll be disgusted. Like you're disgusting, Dad. Why didn't you just buy? But we have the opportunity to do that with AI. AI is the technology that's going to lead the world into the next iteration, right? It's like wheels going from horses to carriages and cars eventually. AI, it's smarter than us. It makes things more efficient than we are. If you get involved in it, like we don't know what company is going to be the next Walmart, Tesla, Coca-Cola. It's AI. You know what I'm saying? We don't know the next Shell, Mobile. We don't have to know. We can just put our money in that basket because a rising tide is going to bring everything up. You know, I wish my brother was on this call. You know, he's like Selena. They the Negroes travel every week because he has a lot of the tokens that are worth, I don't know, like a fraction of a penny.
Yeah, Shiba Inu,
All that
Baby
stuff.
Doge.
Yeah, he has a lot of those things, and if they could just go to $1, you know, you got
Right.
$5,000, you got $5,000 in it, or you got $1,000 or $500, and it goes to $1, and you bought it at 0.000019. I mean, you're going to be stupidly rich. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Shiba Inu alone, your first goal is to get it to $1, and it keeps its clout, right? It keeps, because it's connected to Sheep. The Sheep's connected to Doge, which is connected to Elon, right? So we're looking at Shiba to go to 1 cent. But when this goes parabolic, Shiba Inu is going to be like $10 at least. That's $1 million minimum after taxes.
How many times your money is it? You know, like 10,000,
1 million.
10, you know, $1 million. If you put $1 in there, that means $1 turns into $1 million. It's just crazy. You know, like some of the multiples that happen when you put your money in these new investments. And we all have we all have the opportunity to start at the bottom. So this is our opportunity. If you don't have a Coinbase account, bruh, you got to open a Coinbase account, a MetaMask wallet. These are the technologies that you're going to need, you know, in order to just put your money in there. And this is the thing, guys. You can make real money with these moves that we're catching every month, right? You can make real money with, you know, $100, 50 cents a pip. You can double your account at 200 pips. 700 pips, you can quadruple your account.
And we're talking about the transfer of wealth. We're talking about going from buggies to cars, right? We're going from credit cards to digital wallets. It ain't even going to be we need to have it. We're going to have it. And you're going to have to know how to operate it, or you're going to pay someone to operate it for you. There you go. You're slacking again, because you're supposed to do the work. You don't need to pay nobody to do help you with your money. You had to know how to deal with your own money.
Yeah, so
we're paying the banks way too much. The banks are taking our money and going to the market and trading it. You don't know that.
And we don't have to be rocket science. We don't have to know
mathematicians. No, we don't.
You can instead of watching American Idol or whatever, Atlanta Housewives, or you know, whatever we watch, you can watch 15-20-minute video on crypto, you know, from a reputable crypto person. You know, I think my brother gave you two or three people, but that's all they do. They get on and they got YouTube channels where they just talk about crypto and the possibilities, right? But anything AI related in that basket, and when I say basket, I'm talking about a field. You know, if you trade, if you're in the transportation business, right? Like, let's just say trains, because I understand the train network. I used to work for the railroad. If I'm in the transportation business and I believe in the railroad transportation, I know that in America, there are 5 Class 1 railroads or whatever. It's Union Pacific, it's Burlington Northern, Santa Fe. They are the West Coast railroads, right? From the Mississippi, from St. Louis west, those 2 railroads are the major players. From St. Louis east, you have CSX, and you have Northern Norfolk Southern. Those are the two major players. Now down the middle, you got those two Canadian lines, CN and CP, right? Canadian Pacific and Canadian Northern. So it's really 6 Class 1 railroads in the United States. So it doesn't matter which one of them I invest in. I can put a little bit money on all of them because they're in the transportation field. That's how that's how I would treat AI, right? I don't know anything about AI, or I just know it's going to be like the future. So I can just spread my money across that basket of AI. Like Bitcoin. When Bitcoin first broke out, you didn't have to buy specifically Bitcoin. You could have bought Doge, a little ETH, a little ETH. You could have bought ETH, Dogecoin, a little XRP, Cardano, yeah, whatever. And all of those went up exponentially. So don't worry about not being an expert in a specific thing, right? None of us are experts on any currency, not even the US dollar. We know how to spend it, but most of us had no clue on how the value of the dollar worked before we even started buying and selling on forex. But you're here, right? And we understand how to look at a chart and how to see whether the value is going up or down. And that works in our advantage. These coins will be the same way, right? We can pull up an ETH chart. We can pull up a Bitcoin chart. We don't have to be experts to understand, hey man, there's a downtrend. Oh, it pushed up, it broke these highs, it pulled back. We going higher. We don't have to be rocket science. We can see it. This is the same way. This is a crypto. This is the same way we'll trade anything, guys. So all I'm trying to tell you is whatever you want to be a hero at, right? Whatever you want to trade or get active with, you should be confident in your ability to read the chart and understand what needs to happen on the chart. And you can take a position in here, right? You can see this is a bullish order block. You can see this was a low. It pulled up, it pulled back, right? There's that's probably a 62% retracement from here to here. Then you got another one, and we're going to go higher. There's an imbalance here that needs to be filled. You get in and buy it, it's going up. All signs are pointing to the top side. Now might be a great time to get you a 0.01 or 0.02 Selena in your personal account and go back to work and forget about it. Because at the end of the day, ETH might be worth $10,000 one day. Right now, it's at 1,700.
The all-time high is 4,700. So we already know it's going back there, which exactly is right next to 5,000, right? 5,000 is what it's going to do. Now it's going to outperform. That automatically tells you 10,000. Now let's stay on track with this because that's at the top of structure. Yeah, it's giving us that bullish look, right? But what if it goes down to support and you put the 0.01 right here? You're fine.
Exactly.
Right? As long as you pay attention to what the number is on your account, you can continually add $100 as it goes down to support. Now your dollar cost averaging.
Or you can sell it, right? You can hedge it until it goes down, right? Maybe it fills this imbalance. Then you close the sale, right? Because the sale is going to be in profit. The buy is going to be negative. You close the sale. And as it goes up, your negative buy is going to turn positive because you never closed it.
Stress that.
Yeah. And you can also, once you close your sale, you can open another buy down here. So you got one that's positive and one that's red, but it's going up.
Now think about this. If you put your trade in, both of them, right? You put in the buy right now and you put in the sell. You're gonna, their buy is gonna go, let's just say $100 into the negative, but your sell is $100 into the positive. When you get it down to the level you want and you close the sell, You have now taken $100 of profit. Your buy says negative 100, but it's actually 0. So when it starts pulling back, that negative 100 is not really negative 100. You're going back to a 0 point up there, but you're taking the 100 with you. So now you just flipped the account. You just made 200. That's how hedging is supposed to work. We see red number and we think bad every time, but don't know the advantage of what is it really saying.
Especially when you know where the price is going.
Hey.
All righty. But hey, Sean, are you on?
Yeah, I'm on. Can you hear the music in the background?
No, we don't hear no music. You want me to play Night Shift by the
No,
company?
no. Well, I'm in the car and we're playing music. So if y'all can't hear it, that's great. You know, that's why I'm asking. So, so anyway, so I guess we're here just to talk a little crypto basics. So I'll just kind of pick up where we left off. I guess it was, I don't know, Thursday, Wednesday, whatever that was. So on that call, I asked people to open, you know, an on-ramp or an off-ramp account. I use Coinbase. Did you guys do that? Have we taken that step?
Let's hear it in the chat. Anybody open up a digital wallet over the week? I got Coinbase.
Yes,
I got
sir.
Binance. I got crypto.com. I'm in Webull. I got a MetaMask. I have a Trust wallet. You know, you got to get used to having digital keys. Like those are your keys, like having a safety deposit box, right? Anybody? Webull, or we're hearing Webull. Yep, somebody's on Webull. You guys should have a Coinbase account and a crypto.com account, right?
Okay. All right. So it sounds like at least some of us have our on-ramp and our off-ramp set up. So the next thing, OG already said it, he has a MetaMask wallet. So you need to make yourself, you know, a wallet, you know. I use a warm wallet. I use MetaMask, a MetaMask wallet primarily. I have a Trust wallet also. So that's the next step. Yeah.
Did you know I have a you know you can do it on your phone?
Yes.
You didn't tell me that, but that's cool.
Well, I mean, anything you can do on a desktop, you can do on the phone. You know, the phone is a computer in your hand. You know, you can do it on an iPad or, you know, a tablet, you know, whatever. If it's a computer, you can download it the same way you can on a desktop. I like to use a laptop or the desktop because I can see everything better. So I'm old. You know, these young motherfuckers probably like to do everything from their phone, you know, but you're not wrong either way.
So let me ask a question, because I don't know. This MetaMask is in Ethereum. If I have,
Yeah,
let me finish the question.
I already know the question.
All right, what's the
If
question?
you had Bitcoin, can you put it in your ETH wallet? Fuck no, you can't. You know, MetaMask is an ERC20 based wallet. So as a default, it has the ETH blockchain kind of built into it. You will have to add the other platforms or layer ones. If you want to put BNB stuff, BNB tokens in your MetaMask wallet, you have to add the BNB blockchain.
So hold on.
Okay.
That's very advanced. So if I mean, I have a MetaMask. I want to put Bitcoin. I want to put Bitcoin on it. How do I do it?
So you can't. You'd have to wrap the Bitcoin to put it in MetaMask. I would just get a different wallet if
So
Bitcoin
I have to use Coinbase
in there. I would use the Coinbase wallet.
Okay. Right. It's the same as if you have an American Express and then you have a MasterCard, you can't. It's different, right? So if you need to have an American Express, you just go get one, right? You don't try to manipulate the other card. You just go get one that works with it.
Okay.
They're all going to be yours. Yeah.
Right. So I would I would just like the Coinbase wallet. I believe the Trust wallet. You know, they have these built-in, the built-in layer ones. So where, like on MetaMask, you got to go add them. On some of these other wallets, they're already there. So again, I would probably use Coinbase wallet because I believe you can buy damn near anything, and the underlying blockchain is already there in that wallet.
Okay, this is my problem. Let's talk Osprey. We get paid in Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
See, baby. Solo ETH. Okay. All right. If you're in Osprey pays you in Bitcoin. You have to send it to Coinbase or crypto.com. Coinbase is super high on their fees. Is there any way you can avoid that?
Not right
my
now.
knowledge, no, you can't. So look, man, Bitcoin, as we move into the bull market, you know, ETH is going to get clogged and it's going to cost, you know, probably hundreds of dollars to move money in ETH. You know, most people don't have a problem with it because they've made, you know, tens of thousands of dollars. You know, if
I'm
that
with
makes
you.
sense.
I was just asking because, you know,
well,
the mindset of a trader. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know you're just asking. I'm just trying to forewarn everybody, you know. So ETH is the most popular blockchain, layer one. That's where most people are doing their building, and it's going to be clogged. It's fairly cheap in a bear market like now to buy ETH tokens, ERC20 projects. But when conditions change, you know, it's going to be a lot more expensive to move it. So I just want to forewarn everybody. BNB is very cheap, whether we're in a bull or bear market. It's very cheap. So
What is BNB?
It's Binance.
Bitcoin?
No, Binance.
What's the difference?
It's just a different blockchain. Remember I tried to explain the last time we talked about this, that back in the 90s when the internet first came along, that HTTP that you got to punch in to go to any website.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that in the search engine, HTTP : that thing, whatever that is? And people build, I mean, when you go to all these websites, what
I
is it?
think we're gonna lose them.
Hey,
You in the
Sean,
elevator?
your signal is
I
bad.
don't know if you can hear me.
What he is saying
I'm in
is,
the elevator, if you can hear.
yeah, all right.
Sorry about
So what he's
Okay,
saying,
so
guys, is when you go to the internet and you type in HTTP, or sometimes it's HTTPS for secure.
right,
That's how you get to these websites.
right.
BNB is I guess a new technology or a
It
different technology.
it's the first one.
All right, guys, I'm back. I can hear y'all, but I guess y'all couldn't hear me. So what I was saying is, currently, if you know what the HTTP is, you've seen it. I don't really know what it is, but we've all seen it. And what I'm saying is, whatever website you go to, it's built on top of that, you know, and it's all seamless to us as the end user, but the websites are built on top of that. So you got to think of Ethereum as Binance or BNB, Avalanche, you know, and there are many others. You got to think of them as layer ones or highways. And the apps that we're going to use and that people are using now in Web 2 and later Web 3, they're the buildings and houses that are sitting on the street or the layer ones. So back in the 90s, we couldn't invest in HTTPS or HTTP, but now we can invest in the Ethereums, the Binances, the whatever layer ones. And there are layer twos and side chains and so on and so forth. So that's all this shit is. That's why I tell you it's technology, and think of it as technology and not as money or cryptocurrencies like something to rival the dollar. Bitcoin is something to rival the dollar or to rival gold, but the vast majority of crypto is just tech. It's investing in little tech startups. So BNB is just another street, another boulevard that people have built houses and buildings and businesses on. So that street, it's very cheap. It doesn't get clogged. And it's because it's more centralized than ETH is. ETH is more decentralized. So that's why one gets clogged and one is more expensive, and the other is a lot cheaper. To get the speed and the cheapness, they had to compromise some of the trustless properties of the underlying blockchain. That's the best way to explain it. But anyway, not to get too sidetracked, you can add, like if you've got MetaMask wallet, you can add all these other layer ones to the wallet. So when you buy those kind of tokens, you got somewhere to store them. Or you can use a wallet like the Coinbase wallet, where I believe all that stuff is already done for you.
Is the Coinbase wallet considered a warm wallet or a cold wallet?
It's a warm wallet. Anything that's, I don't know, for lack of a better term, attached to the internet is a warm wallet.
So I will lose value if I don't put my money in a stable coin. Like if I transfer Bitcoin to Coinbase and I don't transfer it to the stable coin, which attaches it to the dollar, then it's going to fluctuate up and down. Is that correct?
Think of it. That's not correct. I think you got the right idea, but you're saying it wrong. Think of it like this: when you invest in Apple stock, right?
Right.
As long as your money is in Apple, it's going to move with the market. If you don't want your money to move with the market, you must sell your stock and move your money into dollars in a money market account.
Which is the stable coin.
Right. Think of a stable coin as a money market account. As long as your money is in Bitcoin or whatever crypto, it will move with the market. If you don't want your money to move with the market, you must sell the crypto, basically move the money from the crypto coin into a stable coin.
Okay, here's why I asked that, Sean, because you're going to have people who get paid in Bitcoin from Osprey, right? Or from whoever their broker is. Now, when they move their crypto to their Coinbase account, they need to understand that if the value of Bitcoin is dropping, then the value, that money that they just won in trading is going to be dropping.
Yep.
Right.
If the value of if we're in a bull market, though, the value of that money will be going up. So it's important to understand that, hey, when you move this crypto to your Coinbase wallet, if you don't want that value to drop or go up, you need to sell your Bitcoin and buy the USDT. What is it, USDT, Sean?
It's either USDT or USDC. They have DAI. There are a few different stable coins, but just to keep it simple for now until people get more advanced, USDC or USDT.
And you see how you have to protect yourself at this point. The banks is what used to protect us, right? Our money don't move. When we put it in the bank, it don't move. It should move, right? When the dollar moves, it should move. The bank protects you from that. Now you're becoming your own bank, and you have to know how to protect yourself. Nobody's doing it for you anymore.
And it's not a big deal in the bull market, but
right.
In the bear market, it's a big deal.
Yeah. So again, the idea here is not to overwhelm people. It's to kind of bring people along in digestible steps. So think of your centralized exchange, a KuCoin, a Coinbase, a Binance, some of those other things, I guess a Webull, some of these things that OG was talking about. Think of those as your on-ramps and your off-ramps. Think of it like moving your money from the real world into the crypto world and vice versa. Your wallet, once you have your crypto, it is best that you don't allow your crypto to sit on the centralized exchange. You don't want your money sitting on FTX. You don't want your money sitting on Voyager, because when I run Voyager or I run FTX and I mishandle funds and the company goes under, you lose your money. There's no FDIC insurance, the equivalent.
You're breaking up.
So once you buy your tokens,
Barely. Say something.
can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but
Can you hear me?
to me, you're breaking up. Can y'all hear me?
I think it's the area. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't know if anybody
Okay,
else.
so I can only assume they can, you know. So what was I saying?
About
Hello?
the leaving your money on FTX.
Yeah. So point is, once you buy your crypto, move it off of the change into your warm wallet or your cold wallet. Think of a cold wallet as something like the old USB stick, you know, or drive. You know, they're going to be similar to that. You know, only the tech is better, so they don't supposedly they don't corrupt as easily.
So MetaMask is a cold wallet.
It's a warm wallet.
Okay.
A cold wallet you can detach from your computer and carry around in your pocket.
Okay.
Or
So
put it in a
that's what you go
safe
to the
in the
ATM.
house.
That's what you go to the ATM machine with. The Bitcoin ATM.
I don't know how those work, so I don't want to go there, because I wouldn't be comfortable taking my cold wallet and plugging it into some public ATM. I don't know
No.
shit, you know.
It's by the QR code. It's by
Okay,
the
is that
QR
how they?
code. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You have a personal QR code that's based on your wallet, and whoever you're sending to has a code. That's how the transfer works.
Well, I'm talking about on the ATM though.
Yeah, you're gonna scan it. It's gonna get to the point where all you have to do is look at it, and it'll take a visual of your eye, and then it's gonna work like that.
They must have
Yeah.
updated it, because it used to be you got to plug in this little stick. It's like a USB.
Nah, it's a QR code. Everything's QR codes.
Right. So what I would say, if ever somebody asks you, or if ever there's a requirement to plug it in, if that's the route you're going, you got a cold wallet, do not plug your shit into anything, is what I would say. If that's ever, you know, a requirement. But the other thing I wanted to talk about wallets, hot, cold, or warm, is when you first make your wallet, there's going to be this seed phrase, you know, that you have to do. The computer's going to give you a seed phrase, and then it's going to make you verify the seed phrase. Write that seed phrase down and put it in a safe, put it somewhere where you're not going to lose it. Because the day's going to come when you're going to upgrade your phone. The day's going to come when your computer is going to crash and you're going to need to buy another one. And to transfer your wallet from old device to new device, when you go to MetaMask or whatever wallet you're using, when you go to that site, it's going to ask for that phrase. Actually, what it's going to ask is, hey, do you want to make a new wallet, or do you want to transfer an existing wallet? And you're going to hit transfer existing wallet, and then it's going to want that phrase. And if you lost that phrase, whatever money you have sitting in that cyber wallet is fucking gone. You know, that's how people lost their Bitcoin back in the day, when it wasn't worth shit. You know, they bought it, you know, they put it in a wallet, it wasn't worth nothing, it didn't do nothing, you know, they lost the seed phrase. And they look up one day and Bitcoin's worth $20,000, you know, and they probably got 2,000 Bitcoins sitting in a wallet somewhere, and they can't find the seed phrase, the money's gone.
No bueno.
Yeah. I'll let you decide.
Well, that's awesome. Awesome knowledge, man.
Right. So pretty much at this point, I would stop there unless somebody has any, I don't know, more specific questions or somebody wants to take the conversation in a different direction. I figure maybe next time, I don't like to talk specific tokens because I don't want to be on the hook for people's bad decisions, or if I invest
Yeah.
in something, I like something, the shit don't work out, and somebody looks at me as some kind of expert, that kind of thing. I mean, I will talk
You're an
in
expert.
tokens, but I will tell you up front, I don't have a problem telling you what I'm doing, what I'm putting my money in. But if you follow me and the shit don't work out, that's on you. That ain't on me.
Hey,
I took a L too. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a trading signal. Lord knows I done took a whole bunch of bad signals from my brother. I mean, a whole bunch of bad signals. The brother owes me millions of dollars behind all the bad signals over the years. Now I'm just joking, but the point is, I don't mind talking individual projects and tokens, but everybody got to be a big boy, big girl, and make their own decisions. All right.
well, let's take it here since we on it. They're about to pass the Bitcoin ETF, and rumor has it that when they do that, everybody's going to get in and they're going to get their first scare automatically. It's going to tank, right? So
I believe it. I believe that's the case. I believe it will.
Yeah, so we're going to get a chance to get our coins at a discounted rate. We are now 12 steps ahead of this situation. So as soon as they pass that ETF and you see it drop, we don't have to be afraid because we understand charts. And now we have technical analyst gurus telling us what they're expecting. And all we have to do is be in the know, right? So when we see it, it's not going to catch us by surprise. Now, Bitcoin, 20,000 to 17,500, right? Something like that. And then if it's just a really blood in the streets type of moment, you're talking 15,000, 12,500 to 10,000. So if you see that, don't run from it, run towards it, right?
Right.
Because you don't have to buy Bitcoin. You can, but you can buy everything else because we already know what has the clout.
Yep. And everything else will probably crash harder than Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but the best thing to illustrate what OG was just talking about is if you pull up the monthly chart of Bitcoin and you see how we went up to 69, we pulled back, about 80% to 15, and we've come off that bottom or that floor, and we're up at about 30, 34, somewhere in there. We're probably gonna get a retrace of some sort. In fact, I know we are because
You're showing them on the chart. We feel that imbalance. Okay. Now we'll come down. This is what OG was just talking about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know we're gonna get a retrace. The real world catalyst is probably gonna be like OG said, this ETF, everybody piles in and then it drops. I know we're gonna get a retrace because on a macro level, we're too early. Bitcoin has not halved yet. We're 6 months out from the halving. So we're not going straight up to the clouds from here. At least I really don't think we are. We're going to do some bouncing around and retrace and some jitterbugging, So I would not be buying here because we're probably coming down.
Yeah. And just like when Bitcoin got to the peak of structure, that's when all the commercials were coming out for buy Bitcoin. It's happening now. Oh, the ETF, same rug pull.
Here's the fair value gap at 19,000.
So we're probably gonna see 19,000 again at some point over the next 6 months, 8 months.
Now think about it, 20,000, 19,000 is a 1,000 point overshoot. It's really 20,000. It'll go to 19 and now you're getting it at a discounted rate. So your first entry should be below 20K.
And here's my buy symbol. Here's my buy symbol, y'all. Y'all see the sell right here? Yeah, here's the buy.
Yep.
Bruh.
It's amazing. Like our meetings, you need to remember our meetings, right? You're in it, you're living it, you're here. To miss this is a default. Like there's no way you miss this when you have the right people around you.
But all you got to do is go watch the recording. That's crazy.
Yep. The other thing I would say, and I'll say it again. I mean, I've said it a couple of times before, but I'll waste breath one more time. We are in a crypto bear market. Everything right now is on sale. Now is the time to be DCAing in. You should be filling your bags now. At some point, we're going to the moon, a rocket ship is leaving the pad, probably
Right.
next, I don't know, 8 to 12 months is what I would say. And we're using Bitcoin as kind of the barometer, but
Yep.
all of crypto is gonna take off. Rising tides lift all motherfucking boats. So you need to, if you're interested in making some money, I call it easy money, now's the time to be buying this stuff and not worrying about it. Don't buy $10,000 worth. Take take regular bites at the apple, meaning if you're investing versus trading, maybe you're doing both. On the investing side, buy a little bit. If it drops, you don't give a shit. Buy a little bit more. If it drops, you don't give a shit. But you keep buying at regular intervals to fill your bags. Then when we get in the bull market, you blow up. That's how it's done. The bull market is going to be the latter part of 2024 and into 2025.
You will never see these prices again. So every time you buy again at that point is a win. Even if you get a deep retracement, the deep retracement's never going to go back to your original entry point. So you can't lose at that point. It's not beneficial to buy at top of structures. So you got to make sure that you're buying every time it does some type of a deep pullback.
OG,
and that's the
OG
same. That's the same
said,
thing that we do in trading.
OG just said it's not beneficial to buy at the top of structure. I belabor the point. Look at the Bitcoin chart. Where is it? Where is it? Go ahead, OG.
There it is. It's 30. It's 35 to 40, right? So we went to 80, or let's just, okay, 70. We came up short of 80, right? But let's just say 80, and let's round this, right? How did this? It went down to 20, right? Now it's going up to 40, and then it's going to come back to 20. Like you kind of, the numbers are just so well rounded that it's ridiculous to how people miss the proper entry points. When all you have to do is take your time. This is life. You set your alert, and when it goes off, it's time to go to work. And then you have 20, 30, 40, 50, almost 100 people in here who know the same thing. Nobody should miss anything.
And here's the game, guys. If I throw this fib from the bottom of this market up to 40, if I look at the pullback is around 21. If it overshoot it by 100, it's 20. The pullback is right in our area. Y'all see it. You see all of us understand what to look for on the chart, who's been here for a while at least. We understand that this impulse move, the pullback, is going to probably come to the inbound. All of us will have an opportunity to get into the trade and make money. Y'all have any questions?
If you're afraid of it, I challenge you to do a 0.01. And once you do it and you look back later, you're like, why did I do a 0.01? But you caught it though. It's a position that you'll never have to worry about.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And then on Cash App, I could put in $100 when it does it. And if it goes negative, you'll see it's not like leverage. It's not like a trade. You'll take a hit, but you're not losing like it's leverage, right? So if it hits 21, I can put in $100 on Cash App. And then when it hits 20,000, I can hit another $100 on Cash App. And if I feel like the number's not really bothering me, like it's just taking slight hit, right? I could just keep adding my hundreds down there, all right? And then if it drops to 17, it's not gonna be like you're in a trade. It's not gonna be that type of feel, right? You're not gonna be getting hit like you think, right? So you get the dollar cost average on this drop down, right? But see, the problem with this idea, well, it's not a problem because we're not doing it until it gets there, right? That's why we don't do it from here. You will be in Hell's Kitchen if you take a buy from here, right? You just can't do it.
Well,
20K or bust.
hey guys, if we need to be talking about this like on a day in the week, we can do that. I'm not the guy that's going to lead the crypto conversation.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Yeah, maybe we need to incorporate that.
I've been incorporating it. They ain't been listening.
But you know, I know I would be on that meeting because I don't know enough, especially to be right here with Sean. I don't know enough about crypto, but
you know what you're supposed to know. See, you just don't know the technical stuff.
Yeah, but Sean be getting in all kinds of stuff and getting in the projects and
yeah, I used to get into them.
What do you call it? What do you call that thing where you get paid off the residuals?
That's when you stake.
Yeah,
staking.
Yeah, he be doing the staking. Yeah, so
what about the stacking?
Huh?
What about the stacking?
Staking.
That's what we were just talking about.
Leandro, you're doing it and you don't even know. You don't even know how to get to the money.
Hey, that's probably a good thing because
I do.
Hey,
I need to look back at my notes.
Yeah, hey Sean, Leandro just asked me how could she leverage more on her staking.
I mean, Leandro, where you have screwed yourself though is I told you back when I gave you those tokens that you should add to them periodically, and I know you haven't done that, and when you see what this does in a bull market, you're gonna kick yourself for not adding,
I've done some staking on something, but I don't know what it is. But
yeah, I mean the staking is good because you're earning some passive tokens, but as cheap as these things are, you're gonna kick yourself. When you look back at all the money that you've blown buying accounts and doing, probably whatever you do over there, you're gonna be like, damn, I could have been taking 50 pounds a month or every 2 weeks, whatever that looks like, and just buying more of this, and you would put on way ahead. That's what you're gonna look back and tell yourself. That's what everybody looks back and say, but you have to go through a cycle to become a true believer, though.
Hey.
I am going to do some more research on it. I need to just look.
And you're going to get a very clear opportunity to exercise what you have learned, because we're about to go into a deep pullback. So now you get to do it this time, right? We saw it the first time. Now, if you miss it the second time, it makes no sense to miss it the second time. Okay. And this plays right back into what we do with our trading. It's the same thing, but now you're using your trading style and techniques in your investing techniques. Everything will win.
Can I ask a question?
Right.
Just if you've got like $100 to invest every month into crypto, and you've got a few crypto tokens or whatever they're called, to invest that you want to invest in, like how do you divide how much you put in one token to the other? Like you're saying, what was it, $10 on Bitcoin, $5 on Ethereum, you know, and all these other ones that are really low price. Like, do you put in how to?
I have shit. I have a breakdown of what that should look like, and I think the breakdown is 35% Bitcoin. I'm gonna get the document and clean up what I'm saying now. But I think the recommendation is 35% Bitcoin, 25% ETH, and then it gets smaller as you get down into your lower market cap stuff. I have a document that breaks all that down.
Yeah,
I
I've seen it
looked
too.
at it. Yeah. I tell you what, I'm in New Orleans right now, and I'm not like at the hotel, so I don't have my computer. But I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna give that breakdown to Y too, because I don't make the weekly meetings, and I'll get that for you. Basically, what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Now, to
Yeah.
add to that, it's about what you believe in. Like, do you know your coin? What is their purpose, right? So if it's a high purpose for you, you might put that coin with Bitcoin, right?
Right.
Yeah,
35%.
I'm going to do the opposite of what that list says, because Bitcoin is already like 10,000x. So I'm swinging for the fence with the small stuff.
Yeah. So speaking of that is a good point. And this is where your risk profile or your risk appetite, where that comes in, and where, like, when we say, well, that's a personal decision, or the personalization of what it looks like, kind of like when we say, well, what's your trading style? It's different from the next guy. So if you are a risk averse person, or maybe if you're a person that has a bunch of money, you don't probably want to take crazy risks if you already have a bunch of money, or if you're risk averse. So what you want to do is you want to take the lion's share of your principal and put it in Bitcoin, because it's the least volatile. So your upside is going to be limited, meaning you're probably going to get a 5x maybe in the bull run, you know. But if you got, I don't know, $100,000, you know, $500,000 more, a 5x is probably great. But if you got $2,000, you know, I mean, a 5x is good, but you probably want a 50x or a 100x. You see what I'm saying? But to get that 50 or 100x, you gotta amp up the risk. You gotta take on a little bit more risk, meaning you gotta buy a smaller market cap token, something that doesn't have the reputation of a Bitcoin. It doesn't have the track record and the longevity of a Bitcoin. So, but that's where I can't tell you, you know, necessarily what you should do. I can toss out a list of recommendations, you know, of tokens and projects that maybe potentially
Makes
meet
sense.
that criteria. Right. You know, that are small enough in market cap where they have that potential. But I can't, you know, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you this project right here is definitely going on 100x. Like, as an example, last cycle, before we ramped up, it was a few months after the halving. I'm at work. This dude rolls up on me. He's like, "Hey, this is time. I just made $8,000 on Dogecoin." I had never heard of it. So I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And, you know, he didn't really know much about it. So long story short, I researched it. I find out it's a joke coin. I was gonna put $2,000 on the token, $3,000 on the token, but when I found out it was a joke, I was like, shit, I can't do that. It's a joke. So I put 500, and I forgot about it. Long story short, $500 turns into $120,000. You know, so
and then he called me. He didn't call me when he put the
But
500.
how did you know it was a joke? I know there's that
Right,
you showed,
because I googled it.
You told me that research site, but how do you know when a coin is?
I googled Dogecoin. I just googled it. You see what I'm saying? I used Google and read, you know, a couple of the articles and links, and I was able to determine it's a meme coin, a joke coin.
Okay.
So with no real world use, I'm like, fuck, I can't put the 2 or 3 G's on that, you know, because I'm
Did you
trying to
see how
be responsible.
you see how easy it was? You see how a word of mouth, how we'll have a communication with the person, but are we really listening? Like when someone says, hey, go check this out, and you don't, oh, I'm gonna pray for you, and you don't, I'm gonna stop.
But it's true. So I use Dogecoin for 2 reasons. A, to illustrate the motherfucking exponential power of crypto. And B, to tell you that crypto in large, I don't want to say in large part, but a significant part of it is sentiment. You know, if something's trending on Twitter, on TikTok, on whatever social media, you know, you may want to drop a couple of dollars on it. You may want to consider dropping a couple of dollars on it.
That
You know,
pay coin.
right. If something is point million zeros, a couple of numbers, and it's trending on social media, you may want to drop a couple of dollars on it. Because Bitcoin is right now in a bear market, Bitcoin is $30,000 a token. The average Joe can't afford that. They don't realize that they can get fractions of a token or satoshis, but that meme coin that costs less than a penny, motherfuckers gonna be all over that because they can get millions of them tokens. So when they're trending and they're cheap like that, they're going up. And they're going up
To 1 cent. That's the first goal, is to get to 1 cent, any coin, right? And once you graduate that 1 cent and it goes to $1, man, I'm telling you, you have so many choices right now.
OG is correct on that, but down the road we can talk market caps, because something like SHIB, you know, it's never going to 1 cent, you know. And if it does, I mean, they're going to have to burn some tokens. There's going to be some drastic changes. So some things never get to 1 cent because the market cap is too big and there are too many goddamn tokens in circulation.
That's a great conversation. That is a great what we need to stay on.
Right, but your average novice trader, investor, they don't understand that. They just see the tiny numbers and they go right to what OG said. You know, oh man, if this gets to 1 cent, I'll have X dollars, X amount of dollars. But you know, the token may never have a snowball's chance of hell of getting to 1 cent. But if 25 million people don't know that, you know, it's going up. And most of the time, 100 to 200 million people, or maybe even more, because you're talking about the world, you're not just talking about the US. They don't know that. They don't understand market cap. So shit's going on.
Yeah. And it emphasizes why we need to do the work to get people in the know so that they can stop getting burnt. You know?
Yeah. That is a good buy. It's going up in the building. It ain't never hitting the 1 cent. The shit is a good buy because it's pulled back 10% from its all-time high. It's probably gonna at least get back to its all-time high. So SHIB it's I don't know how many zeros, 5 zeros before you get to the first number. You know, it's a good buy. Pepe, it's 80% pulled back from when it first came out a couple of months ago. It's a great buy. You know, the all-time high is something like 75 cents. That's probably a 80% pullback. It's a good fucking buy. Bitcoin, 69,000. Now it's at 34. You know, when it was at 15, that was the optimal trade. So no, we don't like to look at long-term charts in this group. All we give a fuck about are 4-hour charts, 1-minute charts. You You might want to look up everything.
And like we say, Bitcoin's the barometer. So once Bitcoin hits 20,000, all you got to do is look left and look right. They're already at a good price right now. But when Bitcoin does that, then you take them.
Yeah. And different than the latest time, the wait for that Christmas handbag to go on sale. Them shoes or nobody wants to go pay full price for gas or clothes or food. When it's on sale, everybody hauls ass to buy it. Crypto is on sale right now.
Yeah. When they say that the prices are going to be so expensive that the poor are not going to be able to afford them, if you put your money into the wave of that, then you will go with the wave. The people that don't get into that are going to get left behind. And that's where the separation is going to happen.
Yeah.
Because they'll never be able to catch whoever was in the wave.
I have a question,
Like,
Sean. And
What's the question?
OG, so you guys mentioned market cap. Can you, I know what it is. I'm not sure if I know the correct meaning. You know, it stands for market capitalization, but can you briefly explain in layman's terms, perhaps, please?
Okay. So the market cap is it's the cost, it's basically the sum of all the tokens. And I think the way you get it is you have to take the market cap and divide it by the token price. So if you go to like say a coin market cap, coinmarketcap.com or CoinGecko, or if you're talking about a stock, you go to, I don't know, Yahoo Finance or wherever. So these sites will give you the market of, you know, the commodity or the equity that you're interested in. You take that number and you divide it by the share price or the token price, and that should give you the market cap. Because they have a fully diluted market cap and they have a market cap. So the fully diluted market cap is going to be, a lot of times something's trading, but all the tokens aren't in circulation yet, or all the stock shares aren't in circulation yet. So the fully diluted is taking into account all the ones that aren't released or they're not trading yet, you know. I may jumble that definition up a little bit, and maybe I need to go to Google to clean it up, you know. But that's basically the gist of it. The market cap is the amount of all the tokens.
So, but what does it?
So let's, hey, Elfie. So basically, market cap means like, so a company is worth X number of dollars, right? You get a company valuation. They say your company is worth $4 million. Now, what you do is you take stocks, right? You take stock certificates, and you sell them to raise money. So if people buy your certificate and you have let's say you have 4 million certificates and you put them out there, basically, the more certificates you sell, the cheaper or the more diluted your company becomes, right? You're going small. You understand that?
Yes, I think so.
So we as an investor would prefer a company that hasn't sold so many shares. Your market cap isn't so big, right? You want that market cap to be small enough that where you can issue certificates and grow.
Right. So that means if I see a coin that has a high market cap, let's say 6 million, compared to or as opposed to 4, that means I should prefer checking a 4 million market cap rather than the higher.
okay, so
I don't think you can look at it in terms of just the market cap. That's exactly.
I can set another edition.
Yeah,
there's
right.
background.
Go ahead, OG.
Yeah, there's background noise.
Okay, go ahead, OG.
Nah, you got it, but we got background noise.
Okay. I don't know if you still have it, but it's like he said. I mean, in a sterilized or in a vacuum or in a sterilized world, yes, you want the 4 million over the 6 million. But in the real world, they're both tiny market caps. And if the project is legit, they're both gonna explode to the upside.
Okay.
You know, once
So
you get to, go ahead.
if you take Bitcoin and Ethereum for an example, like all these other coins, like you would prefer Ethereum, but it's already done what it's supposed to do, and it's already in its motion. You're trying to find the next Ethereum. That's the thing. Like everybody wants to be the next Ethereum, and there will be a next Ethereum, right? And then whatever is the next after that. That's like Target to Walmart to CVS to Walgreens. Like it's always going to be that one up and coming. Right. So you want to try to find that. Is it related to what Ethereum does? Is it what is it supposed to do? Like that's really important.
The next Ethereum is probably Solana because they got
Yeah.
fire dance
Yeah.
coming.
What is it called, Shy?
Fire
Solana.
dance. Yeah, the token is Solana, but they have fire dance, which will allow them to do 1 million TPS.
Fire
So,
dance.
Now, why don't want me to put it over here? So I mean, y'all kind of y'all put me in a bind. Do I listen to my mother-in-law or my wife?
What happened to Sean?
Did we lose him?
Here's his mother-in-law.
My bad. Yeah, I'm here. I actually hit the mute button. Yeah. So I guess the point is concerned to market capitalization. There are more factors than just the market cap that should be considered. But you have to kind of look at market caps. Assuming that the projects all have potential and they're good projects, you have to look at market caps kind of in tiers, meaning anything probably under $100 million market cap is probably a small market cap, and it has great potential to do 50 to 100 X's, if not more. And as you move up closer to, I don't know, 500 million to $1 billion, you're probably getting into what you call the mid-tier market cap ranges. And when you start getting to $1 billion and up, you're probably at large cap market caps. So your large cap market caps, they can be great projects, but they are going to 5X, 8X, 10X maybe. And as you move down the tiers, then they are going to 10X, 15X, 20X. As you move lower, it's 50X, 100X, 200X, whatever. It's more, you got more room to the upside the smaller your market cap is, assuming that you have a good underlying project.
Okay, thank you.
This is awesome. Awesome. Multifaceted. I see forex clearly. Hey.
Yeah. So anyway, so I guess what I would say to kind of wrap it up, and if you have additional questions, please feel free to shoot them. But what I would say is, if you're approaching this as a trader, there are similarities to approaching it as an investor, but there are differences, and the differences are when you trade and it goes the wrong way and you're over leveraged, your money is at zero. When you buy some tokens and it goes the wrong way, your money goes down, but you still got your tokens.
Hey.
And you can, when it comes back, your money comes back and you live and you're happy, 12 months from now, 18 months from now, so
it's not leverage.
Right. And as a trader, the advantage of knowing the trading or how to read a chart is you can see the buying opportunities better. because you understand, oh, this is a 62% pullback. This is a 80% pullback. I should be buying, you know. So where you would enter the trade for the on the buy side is where you buy your tokens in real life. You know, now when it's time to sell, then you know you got to sell your tokens. But you gotta, what you're gonna have to deal with though, as you move into the bear market or the bull market, is you're gonna have ups and you're gonna have pullbacks and you're gonna have higher highs and you're gonna have pullbacks and higher highs. So I wouldn't be in the habit of, like, as an investor, trying to buy and sell all that time. I guess you could, but I'm not gonna do that. You know?
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be a reverse dollar cost average, because now we have the bottom, and then once it breaks resistance and comes back on the pullback, now I can dollar cost average in again and again and again and again.
Right. So, you know, I mean, I got you know, I got some a tool that kind of, you know, tells people how to take profits, or at least gives them kind of like a, I don't know, a diagram, for lack of a better term, a framework. You know, everybody's gonna be different, you know, but a lot of times in crypto, what people do is they'll buy the bottom, they'll ride it all the way up to the top, because the more it goes up, the more euphoric you get, and you know, you think it's gonna keep going up, and then it crashes, and when by the time you sell, you know, you don't make the money. You know?
Yeah, you already lost like 40%.
Right. So I have a tool that kind of prevents that, you know, but you know, like with anything, you don't know where the top is. You know, you don't know exactly where the bottom is. So the tool kind of just tells you you should be taking, I don't know, 15% at this level, you know, another 25% at this level, and another whatever at this level, you know, if it gets there, that kind of thing. You know, kind of all with the idea that, you know, you're locking in profits, but you got to be okay with, you know, leaving some money potentially on the table.
Mm-hmm. Did you create that?
No, I didn't create it. It's something I found online.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just stumbled across a whole bunch of shit, OG, over the course of the last, what's this, 2023? I would say over the course of the last 5 years, and really within the last 2 years, man, I didn't come across so much shit, man. I mean, so much shit.
I love listening to you, man. You sound awesome.
No, appreciate it. Yeah, but a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. And I start out looking for something, and then I stumble across other pertinent shit that I didn't set out to learn.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's all I got. Unless somebody got other questions.
Well, like I said, it all adds up to giving us an ability to reach so many different demographics. We could very well be the best. When if it ever catches wind, what we do here is very, very special.
Nah, he ain't been eating it anyway. Water's
Oh,
enough.
so since we're here, I don't know what else we're doing, but I'm probably gonna get in these streets in a little bit. But January 1st, I'm gonna start implementing a bonus for new members, or just random acts of kindness, just because people are active, and start trying to build the morale. You know, get people into these challenges, try to get them a prop firm, or you know, get them some capital so that they can do something with it, especially because they took those time frames off and you don't have to be under pressure. So.
Well, that's good.
Wait, what? Does that mean you're sponsoring accounts? Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
Does that mean you're sponsoring accounts? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That is what he's saying,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he's only doing it for new people. LP.
LP,
New.
I mean,
The operative word
hey,
is
OG,
new.
we gotta talk. So I mean,
That
maybe,
makes no
maybe
sense, OG. That makes no sense.
What?
no, it makes perfect sense. But
No, it
maybe,
does not. He just said
maybe
he's doing it
What?
for the new people, then the people who are active in the chat. That makes no sense.
Huh? What? Who? Why not?
Because if
Leandra
you're
and LP.
active,
Leandra's been disappointed.
Leandra.
Hey, Leandra, is
Le-
your mom on the call?
don't start.
Is your mom there? I was gonna tell her
Don't
hello.
start.
Is your mom here?
Let's not. We're still recording. Let's keep to the topic.
But is she here?
What do you want?
Tell her I said hello.
You can text me saying
And you see how Leandra been trying to set you up?
Uh-huh. I got
I'm not.
her
That's what
though.
he said.
I got her though.
And
I got her though. Watch this.
don't you start OG as well.
All right, so what's wrong with it? What'd you say?
Well, it doesn't make sense because you're saying for the new people, and then you're saying for the people who are active in the chat, you want to reward them. So it makes no sense.
Why does it
Because
not make sense?
we know that when new people come in, they don't respect the freeness of the group. So they, and all these questions that even Todd said at the start of this meeting about people don't follow the trade setup. So what makes you think that new people are going to follow a trade setup? And
Because they're gonna be doing what the person that says they get it, they're gonna be doing everything that shows a person that gets it. So they have to be verbal, they have to be open, they have to show what they're doing, they have to show the bad, they have to show the good, they have to show the win, they have to show the loss. Like,
so is it
just
like
do
an
it.
forex clearly competition?
It's like the competition that TT won. You don't even know what the competition was, do you?
I don't.
Hey, she
Right.
took the
I
class?
went in the chat and I said, whoever does a voice note, the best impression of OG, and I'll let the people vote. And nobody did it. TT did it immediately and she won.
I didn't see that.
That's because we ain't paying attention.
We are paying
It's
attention.
just it's a simple sign. That's why what I'm doing is perfect, because people are gonna start being active. And not just active, but in special active, Neely active, Marv, Big Marv active, Summer Rain active. Like, you know who they are because the names keep popping up. Huh? They're already profitable.
Yeah, whoever B is too. I see B in a lot.
B, who was the other one? Who was at that place? Who placed in the smart prop? Keish or Kesha? What is it? Who, you know what I'm talking about?
Is somebody else who plays in smart prop?
She blew the account, but she was up at like, I think she was
Ah.
around 20th place or something.
It's a few regulars that's in there like without delay.
Yeah,
Maybe in
and
there.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Those are the people that are going to be the leaders, and then you're going to get people that are already, they just weren't in the right environment. They're already ready, right? And they'll come in here, and then it'll just start taking over. Now, what's going to happen is it's going to be unspoken. This is going to be a hidden rule, right? We're not going to say, oh, if you come in here, you're going to get this. No, we're just letting it be known that if somebody starts outshining, then we gift them.
Like Gigi. Gigi. Gigi done took her $8 account and did.
I'm here. I'm sorry, my voice. I lost my voice.
Oh, she been screaming.
Yeah. Gigi, did you have a good week or did you have a bad week?
I had a great week.
Hey,
not even a good week, a great week. So Gigi, are you taking the GN trade next week? Trading like gold and all the other stuff.
Yeah, gold, and then I'm gonna take that one. I've just been trying to, be consistent. But yeah, I've been looking at them, see which ones I'm gonna take.
Yeah, and with this GN trade, if you're in a trade like that, you don't have to get out. I mean,
I'm still in gold from 1887.
Hey.
Yeah, that gold is running.
That trade is up like $200 or something.
Exactly. There you go. And we started with an $8 account, Gigi.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Come on.
That's crazy.
I bet you be laughing when you be seeing people text. You be like, girl, I'm in the blue. I don't know what you talking about.
I'll just be like, you know what? I've been there. You know, this the third year, but I've been there. But I don't know. I just say the same stuff. Can't risk too much. You got to use a
Yeah.
small lot size. I'm telling you, and it's patience. People just want to make the money like this. It don't work like that. You got to be patient.
Now we got Gigi, we got Elfie. Ain't nobody, there's nowhere to run. No.
Hey, Gigi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Hey, I just wonder, because I mean, I really felt what you were saying about, you know, you can't risk too much, you know? I was wondering, are you like cool with Leandra and Elfie? Because they be backing the truck up.
I was waiting for you to say my name.
What?
They be backing the truck.
I was literally about to leave
That is
the
not
door.
true. I learned my lesson.
I was at the door and I was thinking, Sean's gonna say my name.
Oh man,
I had to just turn,
it's
do a
all love.
U-turn and turn back in here.
Hey,
It's all love. It's all lovely.
I know it is, Sean, because I remember when you used to have those down days every day. You used to be like, lost today.
Hey.
I've lost today.
I mean, it be like that sometimes, you know.
I know it'd be like
So-
that.
So that's why I had to diversify, you know. I can't put all my eggs in the trading basket. I got to jump on that crypto bus, you know.
Well, if you
But
know.
And that's what team is about. I mean,
But I'm definitely
it.
gonna be talking to you, Sean. What's your name on Discord? Because I definitely want to get my hands and feet wet.
He doesn't
I think
respond.
I think my name is T Deezy on here.
He
Why
said
too?
he-
Ain't that who I am?
yeah,
Am
but
I?
it's better than
He doesn't respond.
Yeah, I don't be on here that much. I work a real job, and you know, I'm on here mainly on the weekends. If you really want to get me, you gotta. If it's during the week, you gotta go through my brother, because he can tell me. Or Saturdays, I'm usually there.
Okay. All right.
All right, man.
Hey, I think that for the most part, you know, we got people finding their way, right? And here the thing for me is this: if you understand what you're seeing, like if you're Rose, if you're Leandra, if you're Elfie, TT, some days, you know, I don't
Break it up.
It depends. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it depends on
Break it
what
up. Break it up.
it depends on what day it is. You know, sometimes TT, the TT that understands what she's doing shows up, and then sometimes the other TT show up. But if you're that person who you have a total understanding and a thorough grasp of the market, and you just haven't been successful in trading it, you have discipline issues, right? And sometimes that takes time to work out. Then you have your other layer of people that don't quite get it yet. The people who can't quite get it yet, you just have to stay on the bus, and we'll keep lining it up and calling out the trades and reiterating what we expect. But you have to come to the forefront. You have to mark up your own charts. You have to show us that you understand, hey, we got an impulse move. We broke these highs. Now we're going to pull back to this imbalance. I'm going to, I expect to trade it to that imbalance, or I'm going to set an alert for when the trade gets back to that imbalance so I can take the trade the next direction, or the next impulse move. Those people, if you need to come and hit us up if you don't understand it, or if your understanding is cloudy, so we can help clarify the things that go wrong. If you're a person that understands the market and you just haven't been successful in trading it because you have disciplinary issues, you got to work on yourself. And at some point, you're going to get tired of taking the L. All it takes, once you understand it, is just to lower your lot size. Once you lower your lot size, the gloves are going to come off, because you're going to make the money. If you take this GN trade this month and you take it at a low lot size, you will make the money. It's going to happen. All I'm saying is you have to be patient and you have to keep your focus where your focus needs to be. You can't try to close your trade out every week. Allow your trade to run to your take profit. Allow it to run to your stop loss. Cut it off early on your stop loss if you have to. If you see that it's going, like if it broke a low and you have your stop loss lower than that, you can cut the trade off. But allow your trades to go to your take profit. You've analyzed the market. Benefit, take, get everything out of the trade the same way we did with the GN jump. You guys have any questions? Is everybody clear on the moves that they taken? Marv, after this trade, you're probably ready to quit.
Right.
Yep. Looking to quit next year, hopefully work.
It's gonna happen.
No, I'm loving the GN, loving the GA. I mean, and EA as well. Especially EA. EA is really good this week. Just current dropping. Went up to that 70, I think went up to 78%.
Yep.
But entered on the 78.
The only thing I'm waiting to see it for EA, or the thing I didn't really like about EA, because EC and
yeah, break the low.
Is the EA kind of looks like it might
push up.
So if we close below the monthly high, I'm cool with it. But if we push up and close above, which at this point, this is like 1 day left, maybe we won't close above that high. So as long as it sells, I'm good.
Yeah, I was worried about EA this week as well because it didn't break the 4-hour low that GA broke.
Right.
But when I saw it, I think, you know what, because it normally follows GA patterns. So I was thinking GA broke the low on the 4 hours last week. So I was thinking, I'll take a chance. Enter on the 78. If anything goes wrong, I'm not losing much.
Going to come up. I think it's going to come up, Mark, like to this area.
Yeah, I think so as well. It looks like I haven't broken any lows yet in the 4 hours.
Right, and you have this huge imbalance. So if I'm taking this trade, this would be the area that I look to trade it. Also, a couple of us are in EU buy. And I'm at least looking to take this trade to this level. I know I have my tool to keep going higher, but it really is going to depend on the dollar, right? So we will at least take this trade to 106.69 or 106.70 to close out this imbalance. And then I will have to kind of watch and see what happens at this high and what direction that the Dixie is actually going to take. The thing I like about this trade is there's imbalance to close at 107.60, 107.66. And we didn't hit that imbalance with this little doji candle. So I'm thinking maybe this new monthly candle will go up and actually go into this imbalance. Even if it is just to go into imbalance and sell further down, because we did break these lows right here. Maybe we're just retracing into this imbalance to sell down, which is cool. But I think this trade has the propensity or the possibility to come up here into the imbalance the same way that ICT mentorship video number 3 shows. We broke the lows. Maybe we trade up into the imbalance and then sell down. So a couple of us are in EU buys. And maybe some of y'all took GU buys. Hey, Rose, did you take a trade on EU or GU? Did you take time away from EC? I mean UC? Maybe she's busy. Hey, one last thing that I want to touch on. If y'all are struggling or if you're not making any money, and I keep putting trades out here that we win on, I'm going to suggest that you might want to start taking some of these trades until your situation works out. Just a little food for thought.
Yeah, I be on my son about that too. Oh, Dad, yeah, I got it. I got this little, okay. We'll see. It sounds good. Why am I in here giving out all these signals and it ain't really a signal. I'm just reading healthy price action, and people are eating in here. So if you're not eating and you're my son, there's a problem.
The problem. At least your son is trading actively.
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions?
George, quick question. You see on GM, would you start stacking up when it start dropping? That's what I'm trying to work on, my stacking.
Heck yeah, I'm a stack. Look, I don't even talk about it, but yeah, I am. Yes, indeed. And
Because in the past, every time I start stacking, it seems to go wrong. So
well,
I try to just keep to the one, two trades and just let it run.
So let me give you a little sage advice, right? If you go down here to this hour,
yeah,
and you're perfect because you're in London, right? Let's talk about this.
Yeah,
move.
that's right. Yep.
Let's talk about this move up. When you got this bullish order block, let me move this out of the way so I can see. When you got this bullish order block, 1800 US time, which is probably an Asian session. So in London, it touched.
It's normally early morning, I think. Normally when I look at the charts, that's when they start pushing about 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
London time.
Well, this is early. It's 2200 New York time. That's early London time. This would be This is 1 a.m. London time. You could have got an entry here, right? It pulled back. You didn't go in too much drawdown, but you could have stacked. You could have had 2 positions, right? But what I always tell people is if I'm stacking, because I like to trade London session. Let's say I get into this trade at 9 p.m. New York time, which would be 7 in the afternoon here. I'm going to stack. I'll get in this trade. I'll go to sleep. I'll wake up on London somewhere around here. If the trade is still going in my favor, then I'll leave it alone. But if the trade goes up and I think it's going to pull back, I can close all positions except for one. So, because I've made the money on the run up. The pullback is where you get yourself in trouble, right?
Yeah.
So if you stacked, you can close multiple positions and leave the one open. Let's say you got 3, you got 3 positions down here and the market pushes up and we break this high. Close 2 of them, it pulls back. Let's say you're going to get back in the trade. As long as you're awake, you can add 2 positions back. And this is where the importance, in my opinion, if you manage your trade on the 6 hour or the 8 hour, to me, you have the advantage because you only have to add when the trade touches. You stack, and then when it touches the end, you can stack. That, to me, that's everything. Add your position. The market pushes up. When it pulls back, stack. You might have 1 position right here. It goes up and pulls back. You can add 3 positions right here.
It's a candle close. It gave you 3 candle closes. 3 candle closes because you need the candle to close. It closed on the EMA and give you 2 more 6-hour candles on the EMA.
You could have added 3 positions right there. And the next push up, you're in heavy profit. If you got scared right here, you could have closed 2 of them. It pulls back to the candle, closes. Add your position. Boom.
So you're saying it's best to do it in a higher time frame. I normally do it on a 4-hour time frame. That's what kind of throws me off.
4 hour is now your 1 hour. It's the 1 hour that get everybody in trouble. Now for you, it's the 4 hour.
Yeah. So go up the time frame. And this is the thing, Marv. You have so many pips, right? And I prefer the 8 hour myself. It's so many pips. This move is going to be so many pips that once, like if you add 2 positions when the trade first starts, and
I've got 2 positions right now.
This is how I've started doing mine. I'll enter 1 position. I'll just count 125 pips and add my second position. Just a buy stop 125 pips above this.
That's crazy.
So it just picks it up. Even if it pulls back 100 pips, I'm still 25 pips in the blue on this first position. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire.
So it's going to go to where it's going. Then when it touches on the 8 hour, I can stack 2 more positions. 2 more positions.
Yep.
So by the time it gets to the top, you might have 8 or 10 different positions. We don't have to be in a word like in a rush or whatever. These are long moves. These moves, you know, just try doing that. Try doing it like to add your first, whatever when you get your first entry, go 100 pips or 125 pips. Buy stop your or sell stop in this case. Sell stop your first stack. And then just get from the 8 hour, manage it on the 8 hour. When it pulls back to the moving averages on the 8 hour, 2 positions. It'll drop. It'll pull back again, 2 positions.
Okay. Got that in my notes now. All good. That's it for me.
Marv has been doing everything from day one. He been listening. I remember it.
I agree. There's scientific ways to do it. You know, if you're in the trade, if you're here and you get your order block, right? And it pulls back into your order block, then you can drop down to the 15-minute and wait till you get the bullish order block on the 15-minute. If you don't catch that, and a lot of people have lives and jobs, 125 pips, add your entry. It's not going to pull back and knock you out of the trade. It's going that direction. We know we have the advantage over the market because we know what time it is. It's the first of the month. Every month. How long have we talked about these monthly candles?
For months.
Every month, this is our opportunity. If you're taking a challenge, here's your pass right here. Free. Here's a free pass. You're going to collect these 700 pips. You know, the best time to get in is here on Monday or Tuesday, you know, whatever. You're going to see it. Maybe when the market opens, because we already got our push down and our pullback. So, you know, this thing might just take off and run. How many times have we looked back and say, hey, man, we got catbird seat because we were anticipating the move? Bruh, like this is, it's going to get easier, but this is what we anticipate. And it just so happened that this buy move took us right into the end of the month for the sell move.
These are the facts. By this time next year, I want to be able to not say that no more.
Bruh, hey, at Christmas, when we look at them candles at Christmas, Leandra, like we did last year, when we look at the 6-month candle this time, I guarantee you we won't have anybody say, I don't trade the 6-month candle. No, now if we had a redo, you know, we'll be trading that 6-month, or it's not the candle that we're trading, it's the understanding of what needs to happen. The market needs to pull back.
I was just thinking that today in terms of when we looked at the 6-month candle in
Last year,
it was the Christmas, it was New Year's Eve.
Yep.
It was on the call, me, Selena, and your son, I can't remember his name. Yeah, Aaron, and we're on the call and we're looking at UJ, and it did exactly
crazy
as we predicted. But then now UJ is in its own little world. You've moved on to a different 6-month chart.
Exactly.
You're not biased to just one pair. You moved on to something that's, you know, fluid and is gonna give you the pips that you need.
And to me, that's the advantage that we have, because we can pick and choose. I don't want to trade that. Like I don't want to trade UJ because they keep manipulating.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's just that the fact that you found another pair which has got a 6-month candle and is
right.
You know, and a monthly candle that's respecting the analysis. So it's like I was just thinking I shouldn't be biased to just one pair. I need to be flexible in my analysis and thinking and stop being scared.
We got all kinds of opportunity.
I mean, we have plenty of tools to help us not have to be on the chart at all times, right? Because a lot of people have things to do. I'm basically retired, so I really don't have much to do. I can be on the chart all day if I want, but I don't. I do it because I like to see candles. But as far as making money, it has to hit my number. So how do I know it's hitting my number? I put an alert at my number. That has to be baseline. So when you use your tools, now for people that are way busier than me, you should be doing at least what I'm doing so that you can have the ability to walk away and take care of business and life and all that. And then when it hits your number, you can go back to it. We're not doing that. I know we're not. Your results, your accuracy rate will be high, and it will reflect in you coming into the group with a good report. We're catching the moves, you're missing the moves. Well, we had the alert set on the level. Somebody didn't have the alert set on the level. Whether it's entering the trade or exiting the trade. Somebody's not doing part of the job. Gigi lost her voice.
She was
She
shouting.
doing it right.
Yeah, she lost her voice because she was shouting because of all the money she was making.
Right. That's how it should be. If you need me to sit right next to you, I'm here. You're not sitting right next to me. I got my whole son not sitting right next to me. He's telling me this and that. Yeah, we'll see. Because I can't give you anything because you know now. See, that's why I can't really give anybody anything. The reason I give is, one, it's a tax write-off and it's a morale booster. My son, I can't give you money. I'm showing everyone around you and they're taking it and implementing it and you're not. And you ask me for some money?
Hey, OG.
Hmm?
Selena said she'll give to you, sir.
Nope, he's got to dig it out. And I'm cool with that, but it's just like, we're giving out all the information right here. What are you studying?
Watu's an idiot, man.
Tough, yeah.
Selena, you do not have to
God
take
give it to son, sir.
that. Woo!
Yeah, I think Selena must be. Oh,
You're very obnoxious for that.
So yeah, man, next year is going to be fire. We're going to be on another level. We're already there. Oh, when Leandra, she started taking over and giving out bonuses, yeah, the beehive, she's going to bring the beehive to IC Forex clearly. She must have fell asleep.
Oh, I haven't. It's not that late.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're not a boomer.
Only 6 p.m. here, like 6:15. It's not that
That's 2 hours away from my bedtime. I get my rest, my trading sleep. Hey.
But I am going to fix myself up.
I mean, unless you want to be the secretary, I don't know. We tried. I thought women didn't want that.
She said she wants to be
So,
admin.
the admin. We playing with you.
It's okay.
You can be my admin any day. That's what you want. We'll set you up.
For tax write-off. I'm not being a tax for employees, so you can just have tax write-offs on me.
I mean, how much does the admin pay? Because I'll fucking do it if it's high enough.
I don't know. I mean, we can
Todd
set
said
the
100K
bar.
a month. I think Todd said
100K a month.
Yeah, Todd said 100K a month.
No, it's supposed to be something like 6 G's, I think is what he said.
6
I was
G's a
like,
day.
well, for the trip, you know, like when the group was supposed to go away to trade and take the admin, and the admin was supposed to make like $6,000, you know. So I was like, I'll do it. Shit.
$6,000 per day. Yeah, that sounds.
No, it was for the month.
I don't know what the average is for a typical.
It was for the month.
Hey, y'all! Look,
It was for
get a funded
the month.
account. We can get a funded account and get like a group of us to trade. We can trade all three sessions. And
Yeah.
we would break it up between us, and then we could pay the admin something like $6K. And Sean would say, "Well, I'll just be the admin." Hey, the first time I asked Leandra to be the admin, she said, "I know I'm gonna be a trader. I don't want to be the admin." And now she cool with being the admin.
At least I get a room at least I get a bedroom.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, y'all are stupid. But I'm not gonna let you dog me out about your son. Shoot.
Hey, say it louder so they can hear you.
You hear that?
I said I'm not gonna let you dog me out about your son, and I do not. OG, don't be listening to Todd talk all this crazy stuff. I do not be giving Aaron money like that. I do not.
Hey, Sean,
I gotta get in here. I gotta get in here. You know, if Selena's not giving Aaron money, it just stopped last week.
I don't buy groceries anymore. I do not do anything. If Aaron is getting something, it's because he's paying for it himself. Now, if he say, "Mom, I came up short. Can I borrow so and so and so and so? I'll give it back to you when I get paid." Okay.
Yeah.
Back to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is a new development, and I'm proud of it because it's a brand new development. You know? It's a brand new development.
It's a brand
I
new.
would say, I mean, it's newer than my Range Rover, so I'll put it that way. You know?
Newer than your